So we are recording.
Yes.
So we are here on the 21st, the day before our Saturday event. We're here at the Markham Civic Center because we expect rain for tomorrow. So we would like to do some ceremonies while we can, while the weather is still dry. And tomorrow as well, we may not have our feed. So we are moving forward here at the Markham Civic Center, 101 Town Center Boulevard, Markham, Canada. This is our UnityNet UNDRIP Day 2023 EarthDay Drumming ceremony at City Halls for the EarthDay 2023 ceremony. I just wanted to note that these events are intended to be done in partnership and support of Indigenous peoples worldwide, including our Indigenous partners in Africa and Eurasia. We're here to encourage the youth in our community to establish local youth peace gardens and to encourage young people in our community to plant some local youth peace gardens. We are here on this day in order to engage and encourage our young people and students at the City of Markham and in York Region within the greater Takaranto bioregion at all of our local schools to start planning and building their own local youth peace gardens at their schools or in their own communities with as many community partners as they can. Drawdown Markham and UnityNet GTA will help these young people find and secure these partners both locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. The event is also being done in order to promote our Drawdown Markham and UnityNet community engagement events throughout the year, including our Indigenous Global Unity Summits and all of the Global Unity networks on social media, including on WhatsApp and Facebook and LinkedIn, the discussion groups, the public groups, and the professional networks. We want to help young people in our local communities here in Markham, York Region, and the Greater Toronto Area at the schools here in Markham and with the help of their teachers and parents and grandparents and communities engage in the conversations that we are having within UnityNet, the Global Unity Network. We also want to engage the schools and the teachers and all of our young people and their families in a small competition and related learning program that will allow them to design their own bubble fun machines, where our goal is to have a few working bubble fun machines created by young people here in Markham, with those bubble making machines intended to be created by the end of August of this year, in time for the Bubble Fun Festival season. We'll be encouraging these young people in our local communities to begin using their creativity and learning about bubbles, and where these entrepreneurial students from some of the local high schools and grade schools and even the university and college to begin to learn about the bubble architecture of PodNet and the solar roof building design concepts. So what I wanted to say as well today, I do want to do an acknowledgement of those who came before us on this land, so a land acknowledgement. We begin today by acknowledging that we walk upon the traditional territories of Indigenous peoples. We recognize their history, spirituality, culture, and stewardship of the land. We're grateful to all Indigenous groups for their commitment to protect the land and its resources. We are committed to reconciliation, partnership, and enhanced understanding. We acknowledge the land we are on here in the Greater Toronto Area. It's a traditional territory of many nations on the lands known as Takaranto, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Wendat, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples, and is now home to many diverse peoples. We'd also like to acknowledge the land we're on here is at the meeting place of two treaties, the lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit and those of the First Nations of the Williams Treaty. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, is subject to the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the territory and protect the land. We also acknowledge the Two-Row Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Six Nations of the Toronto watershed and the settlers, an agreement that bound them to work together but to develop their societies in parallel on these sacred lands. In our role as settlers and displaced people on this land, we share the responsibility of challenging and disrupting colonial systems that enact violence upon the land and stand in solidarity with Indigenous peoples. We'd like to thank the Indigenous peoples of these lands, including First Nations, Inuit, and Métis, for sharing this land with us. We also acknowledge and recognize all of the world's Indigenous peoples as stewards of Mother Earth. Finally, I did print out a few notes about 10 health reasons to start drumming. The health benefits of beating your own drum. An article by Christine Northrup, MD, who says that drumming is a great workout for your brain and actually can make you smarter, because when you drum, you access your entire brain. Research shows that the physical transmission of rhythmic energy to the brain actually synchronizes the left and right hemispheres. So when the logical left hemisphere and the intuitive right of your brain begin to pulsate together, your inner guidance system or intuition becomes stronger. And listening to drum sounds regularly can have the same effect as drumming itself. The sound of drumming generates new neuronal connections in all parts of the brain. The more connections that can be made within the brain, the more integrated our experiences become. This leads to a deeper sense of self-awareness. Drumming also appears to synchronize the lower areas of the brain, those non-verbal areas with the frontal cortex, the language, and the reasoning. This integration produces feelings of insight and certainty. For these reasons, therapeutic drumming may be a powerful tool in helping retrain the brains of people who have some level of damage or impairment, such as with attention deficit disorder after a stroke, or when there is neurological disease, such as Parkinson's. Finally, drumming can induce a natural high by increasing alpha brain waves. When the brain changes from beta waves to alpha waves, you feel calm and relaxed. As such, alpha waves can also produce feelings of well-being and even euphoria, which may help people who suffer from mental illness, such as depression and anxiety. The same alpha activity is associated with meditation and other integrative modes of consciousness. And they give 10 reasons to start drumming, where drumming can have positive effects on your health, may help with many conditions, from stress, fatigue, and anxiety, to hypertension, asthma, chronic pain, arthritis, mental illness, addiction, and even cancer. And the reasons for why drumming is good for you: it makes you happy, it induces deep relaxation, it helps control chronic pain, it boosts your immune system, it creates a sense of connectedness, it aligns your body and mind with the natural world, it provides a way to access a higher power, it releases negative feelings, it puts you in the present moment, and finally, it allows your personal transformation. Now, I did print some other articles, but I think for tomorrow, since it is going to be a rainy day, it will be a cold day, I'm going to see if I can go online on Zoom anyway with everybody, and we'll go over these same points with them, and we'll have a session where we can at least celebrate the day as Earth Day, as UNDRIP Day. We are here today. We will come back, I'm sure, next year with our Indigenous friends, our friends from York University, our friends from Rotary Club, and others. So we have one year to arrange for next year. So this is our very first event in collaboration with UnityNet Markham and the Global Unity Network, specifically UnityNet GTA, which is being supported by the UnityNet GTB, which is the Toronto Bioregion support network of the Global Unity Network. So thank very much for coming out.
And with that, let the vibrations of the drum ring into the ether so that we can bring about a new earth for Earth Day, lay the roots and the vibrations into the atmosphere.